Enzo Trulli. I'm 17 years old. I've been doing motor racing since I was 10 years old. So my first memory I remember was back in 2014, I think the summer. I started in a small track. It was in Pescara, in Abruzzo, where I was born. In a small, was mini moto track. So and it was with an old go-kart. And I remember it was amazing because there was me, my brother, and another few friends. And I remember we were all racing together. And I already from the first day I was enjoying this so much. So when I finished, I immediately told my dad, "Oh, Dad, I want to start racing. I want to try to drive." And then started like this. He never pushed me to start this. I mean, he always tried to say to me, "Do what you want, do what you like." But then when I tried for the first time a go-kart, I immediately wanted to start. So, and he did absolutely everything to let me start, to let me enjoy the sport. So he never pushed me, but he's helping me through the process. He always with me. And I think that this is great. For sure, there is pressure, for sure. But I try to live it in another way. I try to focus on my life, on my career. Then I always look up to what he did on the past, but I'm trying to look forward to myself to create a name by myself. So for sure, I always watch his races. I want to be like him, but I try to don't listen to other people what they say and just focus on what I need to do. I think it's been a big step. From go-kart to F4, I need to say I adapted myself really quickly in this category. Already for the first few tests, I was already fast. Then for sure I improved a lot, especially in Dubai because we had there 5 weeks, all weeks in the car. So for sure there I improved a lot. But already before Abu Dhabi, I didn't have a lot of experience. I did only 12 tests before the first race, but already in that 12 tests, I was competitive. I was always on the top three. So I mean, the step from go-kart to F4 was really good. Then after F4, we did the Euro Formula. And I need to say at the beginning it was quite difficult because Euro Formula is a really fast car. It's a really proper racing car. You have a lot of downforce, a lot of things that you can work on. So it's not. It was quite hard at the beginning, but also they are adapted quickly on the driving style. That I think is really important to the speed that you can carry on the car. And then through all the year, I improved a lot, especially at the end. Then the biggest step for me was more from Euro Formula to F3, to FIA F3, because it's not more the car, it's just the way of driving that you need to have, because the car is different. The weight is much more, it's nearly 100 kilos. You have more horsepower, so it's a completely different style of driving. And at the beginning, it was really hard to adapt. Not the beginning, but a lot, maybe half year was really hard to adapt because I tried a lot of things, but it wasn't working. I don't know, the feeling was not good with the car is because you can't carry that speed on the corner because you don't have a lot of downforce like Euro Formula, so you need to change a bit. At the beginning, it was quite hard to adapt on this. Then, and the thing also with FIA F3, we had like one race, then 1 month stop, one race, 1 month stop. So I wasn't driving. Honestly, I did nearly 0 tests because when we went to Bahrain the first day, on the first session, my engine blew up. So I stopped the first day and second day, came back on the third day. But new car, new everything. So it's been quite a hard beginning of the season. Then we did Bahrain stop. So through all the year, the testing was I didn't test. So it was just go there and make experience. And I think it's been a really hard season for me. think DRS is quite cool, but I think on this car maybe it's too much because you can gain really a lot with the DRS. More half a second you can gain in some tracks, so it's really a lot. I enjoyed that there was 30 cars. You had a lot of great drivers, so the level was high. Like in Euro Formula, you had was more racing on the mind because you were only 15 drivers, so you had to concentrate more, and overtaking in Euro Formula was a bit harder than F3. So also there you need to think more. In F3 maybe don't try to risk too much because then you have DRS, you can pass easily, while with Euro Formula you need to risk a bit more, so it's been quite different. So to be honest, I didn't have a lot of great races. Every weekend was happening something bad, let's say. A good start was in Red Bull Ring with the practice and qualifying. That was good on the top 15, I think. Then in the race, I had two puncture in the first race, and the second I had a contact. So it was all mixed weekend. Sometimes it was starting bad and getting better, and sometimes was starting good and getting worse. So it's been really a challenging year. Really don't have one weekend that I say this was the best or this was the worst. I had a lot of worse or a lot of bad weekends through the year, but I've learned a lot from them. So it's been a quite learning experience. So still don't know really exactly what I'm going to do. It don't depends a lot of me because now with the situation that we are now, it's difficult to find sponsor. So I really don't know what's next. But my ambition now is always to learn. But now, especially, I need to give it everything because I know that I will not have a lot of opportunity anymore. Because, like I said, try to find sponsors is getting harder and harder. So every opportunity I have, I need to use it to the full. So I will push everything. I will give all my best to try to find a way to continue. Sure, Monaco is one of the best circuit that you want to drive because street circuit, Monaco is Monaco. Everybody knows it, so it's really nice to. It would be really nice to race there. Also, I think Australia is another place completely the other part of the world. So also Australia is, I think, is a nice race. Then this year I really enjoyed the Hungaroring track. For me, it was the first time there, and I really enjoyed that track. Even the race was in the wet, it was fun. And on my experience, I really like the old Abu Dhabi. Also, I would like to race there, but now they changed it, so I really don't know how it is. On seeing the track, I prefer the old one. For me, it was more technical. Especially they take out the part of after the second straight, you have that section of S, and then the corner, the left corner. That was really nice part because you can make a lot of difference there. But now they just put a hairpin, a long hairpin. So honestly, I prefer the old one. But I didn't drive. I still didn't drive the new one. So. There is a lot of people to choose, but aggressivity or overtaking, I will choose Senna. I watch a lot of highlights of the race when he was racing, so I really like him. I like his style. I like his mentality. I like the way he was driving. Maybe a race pace, probably I will choose Lewis Hamilton. I think Lewis is a really complete driver. So races, which we saw, he can handle the tires a lot. Then probably I'm gonna go with qualifying. I know there's a lot of people. On my experience, my dad was really good on qualifying, and now that he's teaching me, I would say him because what he's teaching me is really something that a lot of people don't know, don't expect. But he was really, really, really good on qualifying. I know why, so I would pick him. I think we everybody saw a lot of things that he did incredibly in qualifying. So I will go with him. Aggressivity, I will go. Max is really aggressive, sometimes even too much. but I will choose him and try to moderate sometimes the aggressivity. Yeah, and I think that's this is nice. Well, I think a lot of people will say change the Senna crash in Imola. Sometimes I ask myself how would have been Senna didn't crash. So for sure one of that. But there's a lot of things. I don't know honestly what to choose. Uh, listening to the story of my dad in 2009, they had a really good car. But then the Brown GP came in and it was immediately fast. He was saying one of the worst thing of that Toyota was the engine, and he said if we had a good engine, we probably could have won the championship because the car was really good. And then they tried to develop the engine and lost a bit in the car. So with the engine, he saw that said to me that they could have been fighting for the championship. So I will change that because for me it would have been a great team. Last year maybe the end of the championship, it wasn't so nice. For people who just see motorsport sometimes, or they follow every race, but they are not so passionate. They don't understand what's going on behind. I think what happened last year is a bit crazy. For sure, that was let's say shouting. For me, that I leave motorsport in a really close way, for me was not correct. Just to keep it like that. So I will change something. Don't know what to change, but something on the race I will change. Yes, but I don't think for like to let pass the teammates or stuff like that, because at the end you're racing in F3, F2, and the other category. You're racing just for your own. You don't win. Let's say you don't win nothing with the team. For sure, if you can have the team, you do it. What for me was yesterday, I can understand on one side. I don't understand on the other side, because for sure on one side you always want to finish in front of your teammate because he has the same car. Then I am a really competitive guy, so I don't never want to lose, never want to finish behind the teammate. So in one side I can accept that. But on the other side, you already won the championship. You're not fighting for the win, so you're fighting for nothing. What was fifth place? So and that let Checo go. It could have been better for him because he's fighting for P2 on the championship. So, but then they know what's going on. They know why the reason. So it's a bit difficult to judge. But you need to look up on the situation. You couldn't even if you finish like you didn't give the position, you didn't won nothing, just a few points, but he already won the championship, so there was no sense. On the other side, I can understand the racing stuff to finish always in front of the teammate but in that case maybe it was better to let Perez go first. Oh, I mean, like my dream is like every dreams is to arrive in Formula One, but nowadays I think it's really difficult to arrive there. You need to have a lot of money, a lot of sponsors, a lot of support, and even if you win F2, it's not guaranteed that you're in F1. Like we saw De Vries at the beginning, we saw this year Drugovic. So it's not always like that. There is, unfortunately, this sport is a lot of political stuff behind. For sure, I would like to go, WEC, and now there is a big entry in hypercar. A lot of constructors are entering, so hypercar I think will be one of the top categories after F1. There is also Japan. It's a really competitive series, even if a lot of people don't know it, but it's a really. I think Super Formula is the best car after F1. I think, look, the racing is really cool. The car is really good. So there is a lot of great stuff. There is also IndyCar, so there is some other road to take, but you never know what happens.